Spring, it's not only the perfect time to start these plants so that you can eat well, spring's the perfect time to start your lawn care, so this summer your grass can look fantastic.
And beautiful, and all your neighbors will be jealous. And joining us with tips is Master Gardener, the Green Thumb Guru, Ed Sourdiffe. When I go on a walk with my husband, all we do is we look at everyone's lawns. And ours never looks as good, so you're here to help.
Sure, I can help you with that.
Save us. Yeah.
Save us, please. So when we're coming out of the winter, what do we need to know about our lawns to kind of kick it into shape?
Well, first off, you want to really get out there, get around where the lawn is covered in any kind of leaves, and get them off as quick as you can, because that's going to smother any of the grass that's under it. So that's a really good thing to start yourself off with.
So raking all the remnants from the fall off and getting it clean.
And get it off and away. And then after that, in the spring, it's usually a good time of year to actually add some lime to your yard or fall.
What does lime do?
Lime sweetens the soil. It makes the plants be able to absorb more nutrients. The grass doesn't like it too acidic. And in New England, we have acid rain. There's acid dripping down from the oaks and the pines. So we have really acid soil. So unless you're on a limestone deposit, you will have acid soil. So that's what the lime helps with. I have two kinds of limes here. If you want to pour that on the thing, each of them. The one you have, Seth, is pulverized, and you can see it's the white one. That's the best one to put in the fall because it takes all winter to break down. And Ashley has pelletized lime.
See, that's what I have in my house right now. I haven't put it out yet.
Yeah, and that actually you can use in the spring because that breaks down right away. This is actually finer ground lime like that, but they actually encapsulate it in clay so it breaks down right away and gets right to your lawn.
Oh.
So that's a great thing to have for this year. Also, the thing to do this time of year or in the fall, the best time of year to do lawn things are in fall or spring because it's cooler, you don't have to water as much, and the lawn will respond well to that. This is just grass seed you can buy now at your garden center. You will put that down. You can actually overseed your lawn with this and just sprinkle it right over the lawn.
Wait a minute, so if you already have a good looking lawn, you put more grass seed down?
Yes, you can put, if it's looking thin, you can put a little bit more down on top. Just cast it over on the top, it'll work its way down. You can do that in the fall or the spring again. And this is because the lawn really wants to always put up its own seeds. We never let it do that. We always mow the lawn, mow the lawn, mow the lawn. So this will help thicken it up if you do it this way.
Now, what about spots that are completely bare? My wife, over the winter, I hope she's watching right now, because she drove the snowblower, we take turns snowblowing, she drove it fully over a chunk of our lawn. It's bare now. Can we put regular grass seed, or do we need a special starter there?
Well, do you still have the chunk of lawn? Because sometimes if the chunk of lawn got pushed away by a snowplow, you can actually just take that chunk and put it right back on.
I don't think we'll ever see that chunk of lawn.
No,
it's missing.
You could steal your neighbors.
We could steal my neighbor's lawn, but I hope they're not watching. But you can use something like this, or maybe like one of those moss starters?
Well, you mean like the one that has a little bit of the green stuff in it that helps with the moisture? You can do that too, the patching. That gets expensive though, so you can just buy regular grass seed. It will last for a while if you keep it cool and dry, and just do your patches down and then overseed the rest. You can actually fix the soil by a little bit more organic amendments in that big patch, and that'll help retain the water. With grass, when you do plant a new lawn or patching it, you have to make sure it stays moist though, or the seedlings won't like that and they won't grow for you.
Okay, so keep it nice and watered. Now, do you want to keep people off your lawn after you put grass seed down, prevent them from walking on it?
Yeah, you don't want it to compact and hurt the plant. So try to keep them off for a while, let it get established and let it grow, and then keep it well watered through the year. When we're talking about watering, a lawn requires about 1 inch of water per week. And we talked about that last year. So a good way of doing that is if it didn't rain all week, you put a coffee can in your yard, put your sprinklers on that area, and wait till that coffee can gets 1 inch of water in it. Now it sounds like it won't take long, but it will be amazing how long it takes. But you actually will save water in the long run, because what's going to happen with that big soaking of 1 inch of water, it will go down deep into the ground, and the grass's roots will find that water deeply, so when there's a drought in the summer, the roots will be down deep in the cool soil, so they won't get fried.
So they can survive those really warm, dry days.
Yeah, so you don't want to do little sprinklings. That just hurts the grass, actually.
Okay, so you're gonna deluge it with water once a week, unless it's like a pretty rainy week.
Yes, and 1 inch only.
Now, what's this over here? This is
an
lawn
organic
food?
lawn food. Yeah, an organic lawn food. It's probably really good to go organics because the organics actually help keep your microbes there and keep your earthworms in the ground too. And both of those things are going to help your lawn. The earthworms will get rid of grass clippings. They will aerate the lawn by keep moving through it, and they'll make it nice and light so the roots can go through. So if you can go organic, that's a better way. Don't try to stay away from fungicides if you can, and pesticides, because that's the worst thing for your lawn. It'll kill off your earthworms and anything good. Actually, the insects in your yard, only 2% are harmful to your yard. The rest are all good, beneficial insects. So that's why you should stay away from the pesticides.
Oh.
So let them in and enjoy it. Now, a lot of people this weekend, maybe they'll do the first mow of their lawn. What mowing tips do you have for people out there?
Well, mowing, it's best to keep your lawn height actually around 3 inches or more. The reason for that is that when you do that, the grass in the summer will actually shade the soil, keep it moister. And it actually will shade the soil and actually help keep weed seeds down, because the weed seeds don't like to have be in the shade. So that will actually help the plant. You also want to keep your mower blade sharp, because you don't want your mower blade to come along and just like rip off the thing like that, the top of the grass. You'll have these rough cuts, and that could let disease in also. And that's why some people actually use rotary mowers, because it's more like a scissor shearing than a regular, like the gas-powered mower.
And a lot of people out there,
realize
they bag their clippings, but you say to try to, if you can, keep them on the grass itself.
Yes. When you bag your clippings and move them away, you're actually taking away all the nutrients that the lawn wants. So you're putting that in the trash or whatever. So leave it there. It doesn't really cause thatch. Thatch is caused if you over-fertilized your lawn. So actually, those will work their way in, and they'll act to add more fertilizer for the lawn.
And it's less work for you too.
It is,
and I
and less money,
We're
too.
almost out of time. I see vinegar here.
Vinegar is if you have dandelions or different large leaf leaves, you actually use a little squirt of vinegar on that, and that will kill the weed. You might have to come a few times, but still, it's non-toxic, and it's not bad. It doesn't smell bad either. It smells like
it's
pickles.
cheap.
It's cheap, right?
And your lawn will smell like pickles
Or
forever.
egg coloring. That's what I think when I smell vinegar.
Great
Coloring my
tips.
eggs.
And thank you so much for joining us today. Also, I want you to check